Mourinho was jumping up and down on that touchline, doing the histrionics that Klopp was. The media would be going, bang, look at Mourinho. Klopp, because he's got a $64 million smile and everyone likes him, gets away with it. I do think there's a little bit of bias in certain sectors of the media.
You are joking, aren't you?
I'm not.
You are joking.
Serious.
But it's a results-driven business.
Yeah.
Liverpool won, Tottenham lost.
Okay,
that's the story.
So I could advance the other argument, which is you show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. Right? Mourinho is conditioned, built, and doubles down on wanting to be the very best. Right? Liverpool are 5 years in the making. Right? This side that you're now seeing, which is incredibly impressive, the intensity they put out in the first half was almost irrepressible, in terms of Tottenham's ability to be able to, repel it at times. But this is 1 year into Mourinho's tenure, and the sea change in Tottenham Hotspur, the allegation that anyone can bring the word Spursy into the conversation with Tottenham anymore is for the birds. Mourinho's mentality is that he is in the business of promoting Tottenham Hotspur. He is the business of putting his best foot forward. And to be quite honest with you, Spurs ceded possession to Liverpool for large proportions of that game. They changed the direction of the game in the second half when they put it back on Liverpool. They had probably the slightly better chances. Liverpool were the better side. Liverpool are the better side. But
well,
Mourinho,
there you go then.
But Mourinho's perspective of saying, in his view, the way he saw the game, he doesn't have to. These football managers aren't elegant with one another. Just because it looks like they aren't, as a matter of course. They'll run around trying to get one another's jobs.
What other manager would go up to his counterpart at full time and say, we were better than you?
What other manager has achieved what Mourinho has achieved?
That's not what I asked.
I don't give a monkeys what other managers to do. I'm looking at what Mourinho does because I think Mourinho is unique. Mourinho's achievements, Mourinho's roster of honours, separates him from other people. Mourinho is a unique, dividing character that creates an opinion that is always there. You're never ambivalent towards Mourinho. And what I was infuriated with, because I watched that game, was the level of journalism after it.
Oh, here we go.
Let me run it through for a second. Mourinho turned around and I was asked a question, and he's one of these managers that gives you an authentic answer, which we always want. We don't want this dial-in and it's a game of two halves. We want an authentic answer. He said, I told Klopp that we were the better side. Went back to the journalist. The first question they asked Jurgen Klopp was, Mourinho's told us that he had a go at you. When you two spoke, he had a go at you about your antics. He didn't do that at all. He didn't say that. And even Klopp turned around and said, he didn't say that. My English must be isn't that bad. He said to me that the better team had lost. I looked at that level of journalism and thought, is there an agenda here against the way that Mourinho is represented in the media?
You've been hooked on, haven't you?
No.
You've been hooked on. There's an agenda.
No, I'm hugely critical of the notion that he had at Manchester United, that he was the biggest victim. He was dark. He was miserable. He didn't stay in a house up there. He didn't base himself up there. He wanted to be in London. All of that was fair game.
I don't really want to do this, but I'll do it. Why on earth would there be an agenda in the media towards Mourinho? Now, think of that. Think of your answer. Why would there be an agenda in the media against Mourinho?
Because Mourinho divides opinion, because Mourinho had the audacity to come into this game and say, I'm a special one, and then go and prove it. Because we love in this country the ability to build people up.
That's a great headline. The media loved that.
And they did, but they waited for Mourinho, and they waited for Mourinho to be unsuccessful.
No, they didn't.
His character...
No, they didn't.
Hang on, you're asking me a question. You can't answer it for me. Right? His character divides people's opinions. He is a unique product of a game that often lacks authenticity and lacks characters. Whether you like him or you don't like him, whether you disagree with him or you agree with him, what you get from Mourinho is what Mourinho means a lot of the time. What you got from Mourinho was a press conference that was absolutely brilliant. I'm sick to the back teeth of hearing Klopp telling me how many injuries he's got. I think it's interesting for Mourinho to push back and go, well, let's have a look at your players and how many you've got available. I think he's box office. I think he brings a level of interest to the game that supersedes the standard as a game of two half mentality that we've had to listen to for years. Right? But I also think he's not always right all the time. And I do think there's an agenda. If Mourinho was jumping up and down on that touchline, doing the histrionics that Klopp was, the media would be going, bang, look at Mourinho. Klopp, because he's got a $64 million smile and everyone likes him, gets away with it. I do think there's a little bit of bias in certain sectors of the media.
You are joking, aren't you?